Hi everyone, this is Mike from EdgeNote 50 TV, and today we have some big news coming out from the United States. Canelo Alvarez signs a 5-year, 11-fight deal worth a minimum $365 million with Dazn. This is very, very great news, especially for Canelo with all that money. But great news for Eddie Hearn. He said he's going to get a big name on Dazn, and what a name he got. Some crazy, crazy stuff happening right now. Now, obviously, I don't know, because if he's actually signed with Eddie Hearn or co-promotional deal, but I'm sure that Eddie Hearn has something to do with this, because he did hint a while back that he signed a Mexican superstar and he's going to fight in December. So I kind of figured that it was going to be either Mikey Garcia or Canelo, but now this news has come out. It seems like it's Canelo. Also, some interesting news as well is that Oscar De La Hoya has got a separate agreement with Dazn, 10-fight-a-year deal as well. So that's very interesting. He's not going to be on HBO. HBO is definitely dead now. There was rumors of them saying they're going to have one more fight, but that's not going to happen now because of this. So yes, he's going to be on Dazn. So you're going to get the likes of Linares, Ryan Garcia, all fighting on Dazn now. This is big news. Dazn needed to make a splash. They needed to spend some money. They had that $1 billion deal. Some of that needs to go somewhere, and this is what a name to bring, with the biggest name in world US boxing into the network. So when you look at it now, Dazn actually have two of the biggest sports stars, boxing stars in the world today. They've got Anthony Joshua and they have Canelo Alvarez. So now I'll say they're the main player now. With that signing alone, they are officially a main player in the US boxing scene alongside ESPN and Showtime. In regards to boxing content. Now, there's a couple of things, it's not all good news. Actually, it depends on how your perspective on it. Now, there's a few dangers with this deal that I wanted to talk about. First up, now that Canelo Alvarez has signed this deal with Dazn, does this mean that Dazn have control, or can they put pressure on Canelo to get the fights that we want? Is it going to be like a Floyd Mayweather deal where he signed a big deal with Showtime, but we didn't get the fights that we wanted to get with that deal? Is that going to be the same with Canelo? Now he's got this massive deal where he's guaranteed at least $30 million per fight, minimum. That means that he doesn't have the pressure of having to fight a Triple G again. He doesn't have the pressure of fighting a Charlo. He doesn't have a pressure of fighting big names to ensure he gets big money, because now he's getting that check no matter who he fights. So that's one of the big concerns I have in regards to this deal going forward. However, Canelo has got one of the best resumes in boxing at the moment. It's very hard to compare Canelo's resume with other athletes in the boxing field right now. So, in regards to that, there is a danger of that. People have accused him of ducking fighters in the past, which he has when he vacated his WBC belt because he said he didn't want to fight Triple G, for one. However, he did eventually fight Triple G, not only in one, but in 2 fights. So, he didn't want to fight him back then, but then recently he has fought. So, he has got one of the best resumes in the game right now. Another thing to concern, not really for us as the general public, because we're going to get the fights regardless, but it's an interesting side note in regards to Eddie Hearn. So what does this mean for Eddie and, the Perform group? So Eddie Hearn, has he done a co-promotional deal with Canelo? If he has, great. This is going to be a great coup for Eddie Hearn if he's done a co-promotional deal. That means that it's going to be on part of Matchroom, and also it's going to be on Sky Sports as well in the UK. However, if he's not, that means that Canelo and Golden Boy are signing their own separate deal with Dazn. So technically, that could be a danger for Eddie Hearn. because before he had all of the DAZN pie. He had all the boxing pie for DAZN. But now you've got Oscar De La Hoya. You know, he's got a piece of that pie now. He's coming in with 10 fights a year. Only 6 fights less than Eddie Hearn. So, you know, interesting side plot line is, what happens if De La Hoya shows become more popular than Matchroom shows? Well, let's have a think about that for a second. You know, let's feed that into the minds. What do you guys think about it? You know, put what you think in the comments. You know, and see what you guys think. You know, what does this mean for, you know, De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn's relationship going forward? You know, is it going to be a clash? Is it going to be a battle between Matchroom and Golden Boy? You know, what's going on over there? So much stuff, you know, on the sides to want to discuss and go into the nitty gritty of it all. But on the whole, for us fans, watching boxing is great news. We finally know where it's going to be showing. And, you know, it's great for Canelo because he's getting a whole lot of money. And, you know, it's great for Oscar De La Hoya because he finally has a network that will give him the dates that he wants, when he wants, and he has control over how he does his shows, which he didn't quite get with HBO. So overall, it's a win-win. And also, one thing I forgot to mention as well, that now Eddie Hearn's overall plan was to try and get fighters into DAZN, even if Canelo hasn't signed with Matchroom per se. We don't know that yet, but we'll find out soon enough. By other boxers seeing how much money Canelo's earning, that's sure gonna get the attention of other boxers thinking, wait a minute, Canelo got 365 million. I want to get some of that too. So that's gonna, you know, attract a lot of boxers coming to DAZN now. Now they actually see someone's getting the bag. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is gonna be very interesting times ahead in the coming months. We want to see who is he gonna sign next. What's gonna happen next. The fights that's gonna be coming up. So it's all exciting times. I'm going to do a live show soon where I'm going to be talking about it a lot more. You know, so subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about. Subscribe onto the channel YouTube. Subscribe on, follow on Facebook and Instagram. All Edge Note 50 TV. Giving you the biggest news, the headlines. And why? Because we want to talk about it.